We need to talk about Jung Kook talking about how he has been feeling lately. I wanted to get into what people believe to be Jung Kook's response after IU addresses some of the hate comments recently, and then we have what people believe to be IU talking about Jung Kook. So hey dumplings, it's Dave Desai. Hater or not, make sure you're subscribed with the notification bell on. Grab your dumplings, hey spilling mug merch, and let's go. There's been a lot of old content either reposted or re-edited, and some armies have been very concerned over what happened with BTS before. There was a quick rapid fire interview that all the BTS boys did a while ago. This interview was for Weverse, I believe, and the members played a little bit of a word association. Basically, if the staff said ARMY, BTS members would reply forever or BTS, and that would be cute. J-Hope was super bubbly, as he tends to be, and at this time, we got a lot of insight as to what the members were up to. J-Hope even talked about how he wanted to make his second mixtape, and this was the first time we got to hear about Hope World 2, or Jack in the Box. I do react to a bunch of the music videos and songs from there, as well as other artists. If you want to join me there in fangirling, we have a $1 tier that's currently open, and I hope to see you there. The interview also went on to how the members were feeling and where their headspace was. Each member talks about their feelings briefly, either being happy or whatever it was. People were very surprised that Jung Kook's answer was that he was tired, and people wondered if he was okay. I think there's a big misconception that celebrities have the easiest job. I think we all think we know what the hard part is. For example, most people just say, oh, celebrities get hate comments. That's nothing. I don't care what people think. Well, you'll care when those haters harass your family or the haters are actually affecting your ability to find work. But also, that's not even close to the actual hard part, because there's things like losing your career even if you do nothing wrong. It's just that your next album wasn't as interesting and didn't blow up like you thought it might, and your career just ends. And then the other hard part is more likely what Jung Kook was referring to, which is just being tired, always chasing sleep. A celebrity's day can range from waking up early and then sitting in the makeup chair for 3 hours, then wardrobe and all that, and a lot of the times they haven't even eaten yet because you can't really eat yet. And then you have press to do, and then appearances, and you're just running from one place to another. And then you have other things on your schedule like shows that you have to somehow find time to rehearse for, and if you don't make time to do these things, you might screw up the performance and look stupid. Now you think if I was being paid millions to do that, I would be fine, but the majority of press artists they actually do not get paid for. It's just in hopes that the press will eventually help push their album and they will make millions. But you're running around losing sleep over success. That's not even guaranteed. And I think what we have seen even lately is that the success of an album isn't determined by how much press you do, but if it's good, it'll just pop off regardless of the promo. Being tired is not an indication that Jung Kook is being abused or hurt, but just the life of a celebrity. Jung Kook is the lead vocalist and has one of the strongest vocals of the group, meaning he would likely be the one to also go back into a song and do backing vocals. A lot of producers will have the best singer go in and kind of help push the vocals of a singer that may not be as vocally strong. For example, someone like Suga or RM, who are not really singers, but they do sing a bit, can have Jung Kook's vocals tucked in the back to make it sound like RM and Suga have a stronger voice. I'm not saying that I know for a fact this was done, but it's what people do. There's been a lot of conversation over Jung Kook, and it's not because he's actually done anything right now that's newsworthy. In fact, he hasn't really been on the news, but it's because he hasn't that armies have been looking for things to talk about. One of the biggest, probably more realistic ships in K-pop is IU and Jung Kook. IU has expressed having a soft heart and loving everyone, and she's so kind. Jung Kook has expressed that IU is essentially his celebrity crush. So the idea that the two could ever date or would ever date or just like to be around each other is not really even just a theory or an idea. They likely would get along and love to be in each other's presence. However, as far as we know, the two have never actually ever been 2 feet from each other, as previously award shows have shown that Jung Kook tends to avoid IU when he sees her in public. I think the reason being is because he might be embarrassed. There is no way that IU hasn't heard the news that she is Jung Kook's crush, because it's such a big topic within both fandoms, but we weren't sure. A new video allegedly came out where it appeared like IU had addressed Jung Kook by name, and this was the first time she had allegedly ever even mentioned Jung Kook. It looked like she was reading a comment that had referenced Jung Kook and she was laughing. I don't know Korean, so this could be an edit and not true, but the edit made it appear like IU said, "I love you, Jung Kook," and this seemed like it was IU reading a comment that said that, rather than her expressing her own feelings. However, people were taking this as IU confessing her feelings, but I don't think this was the case. Do I think there has been a conversation with IU and her team about Jung Kook? And has there maybe been a conversation with Jung Kook and IU? Yes, absolutely. But not for the reason you are thinking it was of. Back when Jung Kook went to IU's concert, there was an uproar online. Like, huge people were mad that Jungkook went to IU's concert and decided that they were going to send IU throw up emojis all over her comment section. The most unproblematic, the most veteran, and the kindest soul in K-pop, IU, you sent her throw up emojis and she didn't even do anything. Like, if you're against the idea that IU and Jungkook might be dating, that's a whole other thing. But that's not what happened. Jungkook went as a fan to see her concert. Some celebrities will get a random access ticket and sit in the nosebleed area and quietly support. Jungkook was in the trenches, likely meaning he bought the ticket himself. She, IU, might not have even known, and then goes on IG after the show and sees her comments shaming her. For what? She literally is probably going to think that she did something bad on stage and it went viral. This wasn't even the worst thing, because if you go into the comment section during that time, it was mostly people with BTS or Jungkook profile pictures, and then she started getting hate for a while. It's unclear what the hate was over after the concert situation, but it's a good guess to assume it's because these disgruntled fans know that she's alive and that Jungkook likes her. Apparently there was a forum in which had berated her, and IU's label finally decided that it was enough and they needed to take legal action. They ended up tracking down one of the haters and deciding to fine them for the hate comments. And just to preface how delusional and absolute in need of mental assistance these people are, if you simply look at the comments from when Jungkook was at IU's concert, there's literally one that says stay away from Jungkook and then several snake emojis. As in what? Who is the snake emojis directed towards? Snake emojis is used to claim that someone is untrustworthy or sneaky. Let's imagine IU and Jungkook did meet and talk. So IU is a sneaky person if she talks to Jungkook, and a snake to who? The industry? Or is this Jungkook being a traitor because IU talks to Jungkook? It's even more annoying because they don't even know how to bully someone correctly. IU is apparently a snake or untrustworthy now because she would talk to another idol. So the trust you have with IU was predicated on the fact that she talks to no one. And then to possibly go as far as to attempt to ruin her career over this. What's even worse is this behavior is categorized as immature when in reality it's not immature. It's in need of mental assistance. Every person has been immature in their life, but not every person has been literally delusional. How do you think Jungkook would feel knowing that someone he has openly talked about liking and looking up to is now receiving all this hate because he decided to go and have fun and go to her concert? He's literally thinking, wow, I really can't do anything anymore. Like, he barely has any free time to do anything he likes. And then he finally takes a risk, is seen in public, and does something he really likes and is really happy about, and then these toxic people bully IU? Imagine if you went to your favorite ice cream shop and then suddenly the next day found out that the shop had to close because after you went, someone came in and destroyed the shop. How would you feel? You feel responsible. And if IU hurts herself after reading those comments, Jungkook would never forgive himself. Is this something fans and people who claim to love Jungkook should do? People believe Jungkook responded to the hate basically when he went to the concert. He kind of ignored everyone's opinion and said, screw it, I'll do whatever I want. And I hope he had fun regardless, and I hope IU feels okay. I think IU's company finally suing was a good response to everything. It shows that IU is aware and she will not deal with it. Oftentimes in K-pop, if you're too nice, it leaves the door open to be bullied. I feel like in Western celebrity culture, you're bullied if you're not nice, and if you are nice, typically everyone will be on your side. But I feel like in K-pop, if you're nice, haters either think you're fake or they think you're an easy target since you're nice. It'll be easier to get you to kill yourself. I literally think so many people who are sociopaths come out in this K-pop culture, and I don't know why. Of course, it's not all bad. These are still a small percentage, but a very loud and scary percentage. Let me know what you think. Make sure you check out my Patreon for more videos, link down below. Thanks for this lovely comment right here. Love you. Bye.